quite a few times on a few calls. What does that really mean? Well, let's talk about that and let's talk about gold. I was appointed a global ambassador with the United Nations at large about 2 years ago. This simply means that I have been blessed with the opportunity to basically operate like a diplomat, going into countries and cities and states around the world, and it's a huge honor, mainly through ministry. However, when you sit on that type of platform, you meet some very interesting people who know a lot of inside information about a lot of things that's going on before it happens. And so what I've decided to do is share what I can share about the things that are coming. Now, gold is very attractive to me. It always has been. In fact, I'll tell you a short story. About 2010, I was experiencing some incredible success. Most people were going through a recession from 2008 and they were still kind of trying to rebound from it. In fact, some people trying to still rebound from a recession in 2008. How many people know some people that still are trying to get it together from 2008's recession, and we're in 2015? So 2010 had hit. 2008 wasn't a recession for me. It was one of the largest wealth transfers that I had experienced. How many people know that a wealth transfer and a recession happen simultaneously?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many people know that wealth does not evaporate from the earth, but it simply transfers? How many people know that if you position yourself properly and take the proper actions, that you can experience a wealth transfer while most people are experiencing a recession? See, a wealth transfer is simply money moving swiftly toward you.
Yeah.
A recession is simply money moving swiftly away from you. So what determines you being a part of this wealth transfer opposed to the recession? Is it where you were raised or what you look like? Is it your educational background? None of that matters. If you are not in the proper position at the proper time, with the proper information as to what you need to do, you're going to miss out on it. When you fast forward from 2008 to 2015, you have 7 years. Every 7 years something happens, especially in the financial realm. We call it Shemitah. From 2008 to 2015 is 7 years. We are due for something real, real big. But let's go a little bit further. When you go back from 2008 to 2001, you have 7 years. How many people remember the buildings that fell down? Remember World Trade Centers? Now that we're connected with the fire department, we're still honoring that. That was 7 years prior to 2008. Regardless of what you think that was about money.
Right.
Regardless of what you may think it's about. I'm very sad that people have lost their lives over this. That was about money. Now we're being filmed right now. I ain't going too far, but just know that was about money. Okay? Therefore, when you know that we're in a place, not just for a regular 7 years, we're at the 7th of the 7th year, which is the 49th year. In fact, we just crossed over into the year of Jubilee.
Absolutely. Amen.
Therefore, you should not only be expecting something massive of a wealth transfer, you should make sure that you're positioning yourself and helping everybody that you know, everybody that you love to put themselves in a position, because you hear it all around you. How many people heard those crazy, economists talk about the real estate bubble that was going to burst back in 2008 and maybe you just ignored it? How many people just say, well, I'm not involved in real estate, they ain't got nothing to do with me, and ignored it? At the time, I was a hairstylist. I wasn't in the real estate industry, was I? No. But guess what? Some of my clients were. So I was indirectly affected with something that wasn't really necessarily a part of my industry. So now you're hearing a lot of these experts, economists, talk about this collapse of the dollar. What do we really do with that information? You know, a lot of times when things sound doomy and gloomy, that's why I stay away from that, because this information can be a bit frightening. It can be, because it's life altering. When you've been doing something this way for so long, you can't fathom and don't even want to imagine things having such a drastic change. Especially if it causes you to make a drastic change and you kind of in your comfort zone even though you're uncomfortable. So what we're dealing with right now is some things that I choose to use wisdom over fear about. If the dollar is preparing to come to its demise, I don't want to have everything that I need for my future, my legacy, my retirement connected to it. Now, do we have any guests in the room? You were a guest yesterday and you came back because you just had to get some of this. Congratulations to all of you guys that came back as guests. But I'm gonna talk to the affiliates in the room as if you were a guest. You know why? Because some of y'all don't get it still. You in it, but you really in it to be in one of them little things. You in it because you kind of heard that some people was making some money. You in it because you're looking to see how much money you can make from doing this home-based business, or perhaps to get a tax write-off. And all of those things are fine, but you're still in it for the wrong reason. And the only way you can determine the difference is if you're in it for the right reason or the wrong reason, is to see how closely connected you are to the foundation as to what we do. And that's save our money and gold. See, here's the thing for me. When somebody wants some of my money, and it sounds like they asking me for about $1 of gold, I get uncomfortable. I'm like, that could be $1 of gold. When you become so convicted for where we go, when you understand that it's becoming harder and more challenging to do the simple things, yet you have a solution, there's no way you operate the same way. When you understand that all of these countries around the world have depegged themselves from the dollar. Travel abroad if you want to and pull out your dollar. They're not interested in your dollar. That's all you got. Any other currency you got? Because they don't want the US dollar. They understand that the US dollar is, the debt that we're in is ridiculous. The Federal Reserve has been printing so much money that there's no way that our children could ever pay off that debt. We know that in 1971, President Nixon took us off the gold standard. But what you may not know is it's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah, they already got the new money printed. The process has already started. The new notes are already available, just not at this level yet. So get prepared for the shift to come. Here's the thing. We've all heard, or some of you guys have looked at YouTube videos and you've heard the doom and gloom videos talk about we're going to just say the one world currency. Let's just say that. Let's say that. Some words kind of make me like, oh, it's over. I got kids. You know, look, that ain't you can't operate in that space.
Yeah.
That's a place of fear. It's unnatural for you to operate successfully in that place. Therefore, I want to empower you on today. So just be encouraged. There will be a one world currency. They got some groups right now, they split up right now, they debating, they fussing, they arguing, at least that's what it look like on the surface. But be okay. You got the one world currency in your pocket. It's called gold. It's called gold. It's called gold. These countries are gonna back their currency with something. They're gonna be forced to. Christine Lagarde has put out there's been so many meetings that have been taking place. The Pope wasn't here for nothing. I mean, I can't remember what they said he was here for, because I don't really watch the news to be informed by what the people are saying on the news. I'm not looking for the news to inform me. Some people will tell you when you start talking to them about this, well, where did you find it at? Or where can I go see it at? They don't understand what the news is there for. It's not there to educate you, or that's media. They have a job to do. This is the message we want the public to have. We need this station, that station, over here, advertising over there to put these frequencies out so that we can embed it in. We don't want it just in their conscious. We want to go deeper to the subconscious. They got to keep hearing it over and over and over and over and over and over again so they believe it. So I can't keep looking at the news, hearing them say that. I might get confused with the real intel I got. But I don't know, guys. I mean, I know y'all over here in China and y'all saying this, but over here on Fox, this is what they say. Right? I'm just looking for certain keywords. Because when it all goes down, they're going to tell you, well, we told you that we were going to use your retirement. So when I'm listening to the news, I say, yeah, they just said it just there. They just said it. They'll sandwich it in. Child care is something that's important. Health care is important. They'll slip in the plans that they have for your 401k and your retirement and your pension plans and everything that you have, even your money in your bank and safe deposit box, subliminally. And then they'll hop over to another topic. And everybody missed it. Because they gotta say it. They gotta make you aware. But they hide it. So then if you understand this, then you gotta start paying attention to those indicators. What are the world banks doing? What are the central banks doing? What are these countries doing? What are these governments doing? What is ultra wealthy doing right now as it relates to finances? They're holding gold. Seriously. What are we doing here in the United States? Going to cash for gold places? Because you need to pay that bill? Child, I just got one of these gold earrings anyway. Gold play it on. Somebody told me she got $200 for that earring. I need to pay this light bill. Shoot, let me go get to the right?
Yeah.
Gold is in such a high demand right now, yet in our country, we say, bring us your gold, we're gonna give you cash. Sometimes they'll give you today more than what you paid for it 15 years ago. And we know inflation, so how is that possible? That you give me more today than what I paid for it? Because I mean, back in the day, you could really get that loaf of bread for a lot less than you can get it today. So the chances are, inflation is hit, so it's the value. How is that working? Because they know the real value of the gold. So we have a responsibility and an obligation being here in Karatbars International. We have a responsibility and obligation to help our neighbors and our loved ones. You know why? Because if you don't, you'll become a target. You got your gold, your family good. You know the most important economy in the world is the one with your address on it, but you forgot about your cousin them. You kept talking about the business to them, and they wasn't business savvy. They wasn't interested in your business. You said, forget them. They ain't want to make no money. You got the wrong concept here. You don't have to join my business and do what I do. What I want to help you to do, I don't care if it's 1 gram of gold a month. I want to put you in a position to protect what you've been working so hard for. We gotta flip a switch in our mind. It can't just be about the amount of money that you can make. That's gonna come when you just operate the way you're supposed to operate and you talk to enough people because your conviction is so deep that you cannot allow somebody to walk this close to you and have a general conversation with you and compliment you and come tell you about their business and you never open up your mouth and talk about gold because you can prejudge them. How dare you? Really? And then you come back, I don't know, the business is just not working for me because you're not working it. You don't understand what our cause and our mission is if that's the case. You can't get this close to me and I'm sitting next to you and we don't have a conversation about what I want to talk about.
All right now.
That's important. But let me tell you what makes it easy. I understand I'm helping you. I don't care how you view it. I understand that it is so incredibly important for me to help you to put gold in your hand. Anytime you have Senator Cruz that's on a debate that's talking about this boldly, no wonder he's from Texas, that's trying to separate themselves. They want their gold back. Everybody wants their gold back. Where's the gold, USA? Where the people going? Hold on one second, we're going to get it. Listen, bring your gold over here, we're going to give you some cash. You got to pay some people back, I'm just saying.